Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Patrick Mahomes, the NFL is back. Fired up for this one. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. How about that new logo animation? What do we think? Playing with the volume. Don't freak out, but I'm a big fan. Let me know what you think. Before we get into the video, quick reminder, Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Become a member, join, support the channel, get even more Quarterback School content. So hop over there, join. The link is in the video description. As for this video, let's get into it. The NFL is back. Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs, tough L. We are breaking it down. First one right here, 3rd and 2. How he gets to this check down, man, pretty special. No up top, no to the crosser, yes to the check down, throwing a touch check down, y'all. Nobody makes it look easier than Patrick Mahomes, kind of off schedule. So no, and then just up and over. Poor Rodrigo's got no chance. On a little green dog gone wrong. But watch this concept up top. They're going to run like a little inside fade with like a half pick. So trying to get that rub up top, which is a pretty cool little design. So I really like the idea of being able to kind of go. We're going to mess with him with the motion, and then this motioner, he's going on that, what I'm going to call inside little pick fade. And so the number 1 is going to come up here and try to set this pick. That's not there. They do a good job sorting it out. Probably trying to work this crosser over. Doesn't have time and is able to come out here and just kind of like, I'm going to guess that that's not the way that it's drawn up on the check down. He's just playing point guard. Reacting. No up top, no to the crosser. And I mean, that's pretty awesome. And again, why it works like that to me is because we've got a green dog right here by the linebacker type. So when he sees the back, what he thinks engage and block, he's then going to trigger into the pressure. Well, the back is checking out. So checks down is probably running a normal check down because I think we've got like a hook right here. When he does that, the defender turns and runs. So now this turns and runs turns into like a mini fade, inside fade, where we got to put it up and over someone. It's just a really unique throw. Just a pretty cool job being able to put it right where you want. And again, when I'm talking about ball location, precision, this is what I'm talking about, being able to do it kind of like off schedule. This is not designed like this. I mean, look at the throw. Look at the pinpoint accuracy. Again, we can see that green dog here go full speed. Watch 44. He's engaging, and then he's like, oh, no, I got coverage. And then the ball's right up on him, first down. Next one here, 3rd and 8. Really cool design here. I love how they use these kind of switch stack releases to be able to get to this formation up top, which essentially bunch the number 2 and 3 kind of swap. And it's just a really nice job of being creative with how they allow their perimeter guys to get in and out of stems. This is a really nice job from Patrick Mahomes with some anticipation. Again, staring down the barrel. Putting the ball up on the dude's face. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the stems and releases up top here. So if we're going to go where the ball ends up going here, we're going to really watch both of these guys. So when they release here, the first one gets a little jammed and he's probably setting it high. The second one, where the ball ends up going, kind of swaps with him, gets inside. You think, oh no, he's going across. Well, no, he comes back out. And I think we get like a little whipper return down here too. And again, the thing to pay attention to, and I'll point it out and stop it at the back, is the anticipation here to be able to throw this throw before he's really out of this cut. So all of those things together make the creativity, the drop back game, just so impressive. Watch him throw this thing. He separates right there. I mean, look at the spacing up top. Those, there's 3 or 4 guys right next to each other. But watch that 3 and 2 swap release. Whoop. Get right in his hip pocket, come out of it. Anticipation, ball up on him. First down. And again, Patrick Mahomes is staring down the barrel right here. We've got color flash right in our face right here, a little stunt. 5-0 beater. Staring down the barrel, doesn't bail, steps right through it, and delivers a shot. Again, I just love how when he sets that back foot and makes that decision to throw on time, simply nobody better. Big time hookup. Next one here, 3rd and 6. This is, to me, is just a perfect example of Patrick Mahomes always being fast enough. There's nothing there. He doesn't like it. pretty unique little concept up top. I think if Travis Kelce's in the game, he probably comes back and hits this basic on the backside. But for me, in this video with 15, he's just always able to kind of be fast enough. Go get the first down, just fast enough. So concept-wise, what do we got going on here? Besides for the right tackle taking an L and that kind of being the reason that we got a flush, it's just the concept of, hey, we're going to come out here and, these to me almost look like, synchronized swimming, where we're coming back in here like these kind of like, it happens at the same time. It's probably not a good drawing. Imagine both these guys going at the same time up and back in like this, and then usually paired with a corner. And then where I'm saying the ball would normally go is, if I had to guess, this kind of open, if he's got time, is wide open if Kelce were in the game. And really probably if he's got enough time and the right tackle doesn't take an L, the ball probably comes to the bottom of the screen. So no, but right here, go. And again, not the fastest guy in the world, but always fast enough. I mean, very rarely do you see him get caught or hawked or not get the first or not know where he is on the field. Just great awareness. Next one here, another example of Patrick Mahomes, the playmaker, fast enough. There's nothing down the field. What looks like double stick with a slant on the backside, he doesn't like. Again, there's the panic element doesn't really exist. It's the kind of creation inside the pocket. He's trying to buy time. There's no time there, and then he goes. So no panic. Looking to make a play. It's not there. Now check out this little fake lateral right here. Fake flick. Whoop. I mean, set him up. 494 thinks he's going to get a pass defended. Whoop. No chance. And then just a little acceleration. And again, example 800 here of Patrick Mahomes being fast enough. Doesn't get hit. Is kind of like shocked that the guy even touches him. So concept-wise here, to me, this is just double slant, or however you want to classify it. Not double slant, double stick. So right here, we're able to come up, stick, must outside release go, paired with a slant. Usually if you like the slant, take it. Otherwise, work the double stick. Could be a closed open read, but there's nothing there. Just go. Go get it yourself. Get what you can get. Get back to the line of scrimmage. Go get a first down. No panic. And then that little ball flake, that's awesome. Just the creativity interwoven into just like a normal meh scramble. There's nothing there. It's about as generic of a play call as you'll see from Andy Reid, but he's able to put this kind of flavor on it right there. And I'm not saying that little fake springs him for 15, but just that subtle little element of his game. Make a good decision. Go be creative. First down. First kind of red zone razzle-dazzle from the Chiefs all year. We're going to get the little shift, hand the ball to Patrick Mahomes, who's going to flip it. And they're essentially, in my opinion, just running counter, or what I would classify as super counter with an extra blocker. Now, how they get there is all dressed up, right? The shift, catch it, hand it back to the quarterback who flips it. There's a lot here that I really love. I love the creativity element of it. I love the fact that they have fun with it. I think the thing that I don't love, and I really love the idea that we're going to get a touchdown pass out of this, but the idea being snap it to the back, hand it back to the quarterback, who's then going to flip it, okay, to the wide receiver coming this way. But at the end of the day, for the run blocking unit, in my opinion, and again, they're the only ones that know, this is just counter. So these three are going gap down. So they're essentially coming down. Now we're going to pull, and this is the part that I don't know, and only they know, and would be a good question if you were on the beat. Is this a pull kick? So meaning we're trying to kick someone out here? Or is this a pull log, where he's coming out here and trying to get on the outside edge and roll? The reason it's called a log is because you're rolling this guy, and then all these guys are going outside. If it's an intentional bounce or roll log, it's not my favorite play. If they just come out here and run counter, so kick out, and then what I'm used to calling wrap here for the inside backer who kind of blows the play up, and then you add on what I'm just called the super element, like the extra, so the lead blocker. If they just run counter here, it probably scores. Now, it's a nice read from Thor, but we still make him miss in the hole. So just watch that guard, left guard, go. That block right there, is he kicking out or logging? And again, the backer does a nice job filling, but 81 there looks like he's anticipating the log. The tight end, the sniffer, he's not running true counter. right? They're running like this kind of like almost like counter bounce. And I just don't love counter bounce down here. To me, you're asking for a run through like this. Exactly what happens. He doesn't make the play, but he blows it up. So what was, in my opinion, really cool design, nice play calling, everything except that decision. What are we doing at left guard? Are we kicking or logging? And then if it is just true counter, so let's just pretend that it's what I want, because this is my channel and do whatever I want. If this is true kick out here, then this tight end is not doing what we'd like. So he needs to be right in his hip, and then he's going to take long hair 34 right in the hole. And then it's going to get tight up in there, but it's in the goal line. Just put your foot in the ground and go. You make the linebacker miss in the hole regardless. Right there. You know, it would be right off the right tackle's right hip. So right there, get through there. And again, you got the extra blocker. One, hopefully would go get 31 and you'd be set. But it's never going to work here because of the run through from the backer. Next one, 3rd and 1, touchdown pass. Really nice job from Patrick Mahomes finding him up top. The number 2 on the back line, double mailbox, there it is. Again, just world-class patience, poise, vision, whatever you want to say. Also, really nice pass protection. Got all day to throw here. And again, you know, probably not how they draw it up, but really like the idea of him having the patience, him being 15, having the patience and poise to not necessarily go and bail. So it's not there, it's not out immediately, or it's not up and out immediately. It's, hey, let these guys work, find time, buy time, and then we're going to, up top here, I'm guessing switch release this thing, and he probably has like the backline runner, and he does a really nice job of just feeling wide open, put both hands up, double mailbox, and it's a touchdown. 15 will find you, does a really nice job converting here. Love this kind of call. Let your best player be the best player. Use his vision, put it right on him. Let's go. Always nice when they catch it as well. But no panic. No. Up on him. Touchdown. This next little section is probably my favorite section of the game for Patrick Mahomes. This 2-minute drive right before the first half. I love this type of throw. I think he does this better than maybe anybody who's ever played the game. And it's just off structure, out of structure, easy flicks, in rhythm, smooth, and the ball location is just so perfect. You couldn't hand it to him better. And I can't tell you how difficult that is to be off platform with a little bit of touch right on him. I mean, it's one of those things where you just kind of, he makes it look so easy and almost lulls you to sleep with the simplicity of it. But this is such a hard throw. He's going downhill. So we're coming downhill here. We got to go. We're running essentially what I'm used to calling like a jerk or a juke route here. You come in here and then come out of this thing. And the touch here to just be able to not throw a rocket, but put it right on him and then allow that allows this to be a better play. So it's not like it's not down at his ankles. It's not a high crazy ball. It's an easy flick out of structure. Just go get creative and get a nice big chunk, especially in a 2-minute setting here. So just watch the ease and fluidness that he's able to play with here. Ooh, I mean, it's wild how easy he makes this look. And the ball is perfect. Right on the dude's grill. Big chunk. Let's go. Even in this nice stretch before half, there was still this ball, which I consider a force. We're going to run double post with a crosser and a shallow at the bottom. So double post up top. Corners alert. Let's let the post go, theoretically, if you like it. He lets it go here. To me, this is just a predetermined throw. It's not there. He's got certainly the vision to know that it's not there. And the tight end is running wide ass open. Okay, and I know Kelsey's not playing. I know that probably impacts some of these decisions. I love the idea of calling this, of saying, hey, big post, double post, verse quarters. So verse any iteration of quarters here, and we're going to call this quarters up top. This is what I think a lot of teams in the league would classify as an alert, meaning that is the pitcher look. If you get the pitcher look, let's take a peek. Well, just because you get the pitcher look doesn't mean that you throw it, because if they stay over the top of this thing the whole way, it's not great. And not only is it not great, but that means that the other routes tethered to it, usually a crosser, are going to be there because what? They're getting out of there, right? So if both these deep safety and corner are out of there and we're running crosser here, it's going to be there. That's why you tether it with the double post. So don't force the double post. And again, I know it's easy with a clicker, hindsight 2020, whatever, but play this thing out. No to the double post, yes to the over. I mean, it's going to be a big hit. Big hit. And again, I know his dude isn't in there, but just don't predetermine it. Play through it. And I think if 15 was being honest here, he would say, man, if I had to do this over again, I'd put it on the tight end. It'd be a nice big chunk. Next one here, 3rd and 17. This is really what Patrick Mahomes does, has done. He's able to drive this ball down the middle field shot, the pipe, the hole, whatever you want to call it. And just the arm strength here to be able to put it right where you want. Used to calling this like almost a second base throw where you kind of protect the receiver from big shots down the field. But this is an absolute seed, y'all. That is a dime. Okay, coming back here watching this thing from the back. He's able to take 5 from gun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it rip on time. And just the arm strength. And again, the ball location. Protect your guy. Right on him. Big time catch as well. So design-wise here, there's a few things. First of all, this little shift. So this is important because it shows that the Pass Pro unit, we're going to do what I'm used to calling double chip. So right here and the back, they're going to chip the ends. Okay, do a great job of taking the edge off the pass rush in 3rd and forever situations. Then all we're going to do here is take the middle of the field. And if they're going to try to split safety this thing, so whatever this look is, doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, they're going to get to middle field open. Okay, middle field open, 3rd and forever, take your shot. And he's able to do this, the arm strength. Normally, most people would do this off 3 steps. He does this off 5 steps. So gets depth, lets it develop, and then's got the arm strength to drive it down the field. Really impressive. Whoop. I mean, that is big time. Again, maybe not my favorite coverage in the world. You're going to try to run this bullshit inverted 2. You're going to get burned right down the middle of the field. Love it. And again, watch that chip coming in from the right. So it's going to help us with the Pass Pro. 5. Whoa. Dot. All right, next one here. Very next play is going to be a really nice, what I'm used to calling like a circus up top. Get that cloud corner. Throw it into that honey hole shot. Big chunk. Again, just the vision to do this. The ability to kind of, it's one of those things for me. It's when he's able to hit his back foot, even if it doesn't look like it's in rhythm, he's able and got the ability to drive the ball with enough force to throw these kind of deep-ish throws. To me, this is old school circus. So catch cloud corner, half field safety, be able to just kind of put it in this whole shot area here. And again, it's certainly not what I would classify as clean footwork, but he's proven that he doesn't have to be. As long as he's able to put his back foot in the ground and drive the ball, he's got the vision and the feel to get away with this stuff all the time. Again, watch it play out up top. Cloud corner, easy release, throw it to him. When do you let this thing go? I mean, he's playing with the anticipation right there, right? The wide receiver up top is not looking. He's already got his arm going. He's got color right in his face. Just making it look so easy. That's such a difficult play. He makes it look so easy. Watch the color right in his grill here. Right guard might get away with a little bit of a hug there. Whoop. But again, if you're being just super critical of like what prototypical footwork looks like, that's probably not it. But it doesn't matter, and it hasn't mattered for him. He sees it. He's got the arm strength, the torque, the vision, the touch. Big play. Next one here, touchdown pass. I love this design. Fast 4 motion to a bunch. Puts all sorts of stress on a defense. Essentially get somebody uncovered in the end zone in the NFL. Awesome design. Patrick Mahomes kind of wraps it around, drops the arm angle. Again, love it. Just off the back foot, easy flick. Just really nice. So fast 4 motion. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the back going there. So the back going in motion. That creates all sorts of stress on a defense. So it will be able to basically go, this is the fast 4. Okay, I'm saying fast 4 because he's the 4th eligible to a side. 1, 2, 3, and now he's the 4th. How a defense sorts this out is their problem, not our problem. So somebody usually has to go, there's usually, they either push it or lock it normally. Push it just means the whole zone kind of pushes over. Lock it basically means someone's running with this guy man to man. Okay, so when you just kind of push these things, everything gets expanded and you have to sort out who's who in the zoo. So who's who in the zoo means, if we're doing swap or kind of weird releases here, and essentially the new 4 or the 3 now becomes the 2. So when he's able to kind of let all these things go and then come off the hip of these guys, they've got to be perfect on the back end, and they aren't perfect on the back end because this edge player kind of gets into nowhere, no man's land. He goes with that motion and it creates a big void. So watch the release here on the bunch. So see how we get essentially 2 clears and then boom, there's nobody there. And it's just significant stress on a defense. They can sort it out on a whiteboard, but when you're out there in the tight red zone, things happen quick, the fast motion, and you get easy touchdown passes like that. And again, really nice job from Patrick Mahomes being able to kind of use the arm angle to put it on him, but this is world-class design. Again, I mean, someone, he can generate force and torque without getting through the throw. Look at his back foot, feet aren't lined up, arm angle down, doesn't matter, touchdown. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel, so thank you for doing that. It means a lot to me. I appreciate you. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, good way to support the channel, get even more Quarterback School content. We also have Quarterback School courses. Now, these courses are by far the most in-depth and premium content that I offer. Courses on all of my favorite football subjects, RPOs, tempos, pass protections, how to beat every coverage is the bestseller. And then we sell an entire offensive system and structure. So get over there and enroll. The link is in the video description. We also have a bunch of free resources available, also linked in the video description. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. Next one here, to me, they're trying to run leak here to the bottom of the screen to 19. So he's going to fake block, run that, fake that shallow, and then get up on the other side. It's there. The Pass Pro doesn't hold up. Why doesn't the Pass Pro hold up? Well, you're asking a tight end to block an edge one-on-one for a long time off split flow action. It's a tough block. It's not going to work. For me, this is a philosophical choice. So what do I mean by that? I mean, first of all, let's appreciate the kind of craft here before we get going. 15. So we're going to do this thing, what I'm used to calling leak, where he's going to come in here, pretend like he's blocking, kind of sell this shallow, and then hit it up this side. Okay, now the cool parts about this from Mahomes here, he's pointing. He's essentially saying, hey, come in here and dig this guy out. So when he comes in, he's going to come in here and like pretend like he's blocking. Well, the issue with the Pass Pro for me is that we're going to have our right tackle block no one. And then our backup tight end is going to be doing split flow action and have to one-on-one block their first-round draft pick from a year ago, Billie Jean, and it's just not going to be able to hold up. That's a tough block for anyone, let alone a backup tight end. So instead of having their rule probably tells them secure this gap, you block it like it's the run, you'd be up here. Well, instead of blocking it like the run all the time, just understanding the matchup here, secure that gap and then get back out and help the tight end in a perfect world. And again, I get it, hindsight, okay? Don't come at me sideways. I understand it's easy with a clicker, but it's a choice at right tackle. What are we doing? I'm not saying it's on the right tackle. I'm saying it's on the pass protection unit to solve this thing because that's a big play. And they have a few big plays here in the second half that don't get executed at what I would consider the highest levels. So just watch the right tackle. Once you secure this, get back out and help, as opposed to essentially taking a play off because of what the front looks like. So it's a choice. It ends up being an L. We miss a big play. Next one here, brutal interception, and really sums up kind of the outcome of this game. 3rd and 6, we're going to run mesh. This thing's going to go to the house. I mean, the ball's right on him. If anything, maybe it's thrown a little hard if I'm being crazy picky, but that's a ball we got to catch. Have to catch. Now, I think some parts of this could be executed a little bit better, and we'll see later he plays this a little fast on a mesh. But right there, I mean, it's in his hands. We got to be able to catch that ball. I just think that the Kelsey impact here also impacts this play, ironically. And so for me, when I'm talking about this is where the interception actually happens across the field here, we're going to be able to come up here run this shallow. It's with this mesh element of it. Okay. And the ball hits him in the face. He's got to catch it. That's kind of sums it up. And I think it would worth adding where I think Kelce would be here on what I'm used to calling like the deep hook part of this. Bizarrely, 83 like turns this way. Now maybe he can turn wherever the hell he wants, and it's almost like a choice. I'm not sure why he would turn to your right when the ball is to your left. But it's there too. And if that's Kelce, is that something that they're on the same page with, that he trusts him to win, as opposed to essentially, not forcing it? It's there. I think the mesh could be a little bit better, but that DB does a nice job getting in his tailpipe, being right there. And again, the ball's right on him, bro. You got to catch this ball. There's no way around that. But I do think it's worth pointing out other places in the concept that if he didn't like the mesh, you can see the deep hook over the ball, even though he turns to the right for some reason, is there. So it just makes it sting a little bit more. Doesn't make us feel better by any means. And that's just a brutal drop. Can't catch it for him on a number of levels. This is just a brutal fact that, it's one thing to have a drop. It's another for it to be right off you and turn into a pick six the other way gift. And then the other part that I'm talking about is just watching 83 up top. Watch him turn to his right. Again, hindsight, whatever. Catch the damn ball. Can't catch it for him. Oh my goodness. Yikes. You're welcome. Gift. Next one here, another missed opportunity. Similar to the leak, if I'm being honest. This is a big corner post to the bottom and a big deep out up top. It's there for a big play. I think he's probably got both of them. He probably throws it to the corner up top. But what's going on at left tackle here? This is how you miss big play opportunities. So I'm going to say it's on the left tackle. It very easily could be on the left guard, although I don't think it is. Just the mental error there to give up that free runner inside impacts this play. Now, Patrick Mahomes is able to salvage it and make something out of nothing there. But this should be a big play. And this is the type of stuff that drives coaches bananas. Okay, so what am I talking about concept-wise here? I'm talking about this being this kind of like deep corner post. Send it. Now, he makes this safety, whoever the hell is covering him, turn like a top back here. So this is there if you have enough time and you can throw it 70 yards, which you probably can. Then up top, to me, this is just either a deep out or corner shake, whatever you want to say, and it's also there. Both of these are going to be there. Now, pass pro wise here, it just makes sense to me that he would be out on the big. You'd want big on big. If for some reason you got hit with like a corner blitz here, you would hope that this pass pro would be built in to have the back take that over. Now, some teams at some levels will say, block this just like the run. So, and if you're blocking it just like the run and he disappears, potentially you would stay on your track and go get whoever shows up next. But for me, for my money, when it's pass pro, you want big on big. And you don't want to pass people up, especially on inside gaps. So again, we don't know their rules. We don't know this exact pass protection, but we can say if it was blocked up, where would you go with the ball? Look down here to the bottom. Safety's on a top. He is getting spun around. This has got a big play down here to the bottom. Big play up top. Everybody's open down the field. Instead, Patrick Mahomes has to make like a miracle play and we get a positive outcome out of it, but it's not what it should be. All because of probably a mental error or mental mistake at left tackle. Regardless, nice job from Mahomes getting something. Next one here is another missed opportunity. Now, this one I'm not quite as a fan of whatever the design is down here for the bottom for the 1 and the 2. But for my money, the ball probably should go to 83. I think Mahomes probably forces this a little bit down the field again. Now, this is now the second kind of post-ish throw we've seen him force. But if this is Kelce, where 83 is, I think the ball goes there every day, all the time. And I think it's there. That's a throw that you would imagine Patrick Mahomes makes all the time. And again, I understand Kelce not being in there is going to impact the game, but for me here, this is one of those things. And who knows where he would be on this play, but let's just assume he's right here. Again, 83 for some reason turns this way. Not a fan of that, but he kind of works open, kind of like how they give Kelce, I think, a lot of freedom to do this type of stuff. And to me, out of structure, he's able to hit his back foot, kind of get downhill. He normally sees this and throws this. This to me, everything else feels like it's forced. So we're going to go kind of big post out here. And then who knows what this is? This essentially the guy gets jacked and then kind of like lulls into the post too. This spacing is funky to me, especially when you couple it with whatever this turn out is. So it ends up being like a weird kind of 3-layer cake out here. It's just, I can't imagine that's what they want. But again, the design is funky. The ball not going to 83 is a little funky just because it's right in his vision, right? Like he's looking down the field. Now, maybe he thinks he's going to get that big post and he just runs out of club. Like right there, he sees him run open. And it's like, I'm going to throw this, 80 yards on the run. And we've seen him make this type of throw as he moves up in a pocket before in primetime games. But this one just comes up, 10 yards short, 15 yards short, if I'm being honest. He makes this throw. Oh, man. It's like throwing a javelin on the run. I see what he sees. He's got that big post on the outside. But, I mean, he just doesn't get it out there this time. One of the few times you see him not make the throw like he thinks he can. Just about anybody else, you would say, hey, that's a bad decision. You can't make that throw. But I think we've seen him make this type of throw. That being said, 83 is coming out nice. It's pretty crazy that he thinks he can make that throw. And he's made that type throws like that before. This one just be one bridge too far there. Again, you can see what he sees. It's there. It's just underthrown by 5 yards, and really it would have to go another 10-ish yards to hit him in stride. Weird miss. Another weird miss for my money for Patrick Mahomes. 3rd and 4 here. This looks like he's looking down here to the bottom on what almost looks like a bluff pick rail. And then it looks like he's got the potential back side in as well, and just for whatever reason doesn't throw it. So if we're working to the right, let's assume he's working to the right just with his helmet right here. Working to the right, he's off of it pretty quick. Back to the left, the number 1 is there. He goes to throw it and turns it down. Now he's able to kind of make this kind of circus flick at the end. It hits the guy in the hands, can't catch it for him, but that's a tough catch. Off the fingertips, dangerous. I think he plays this a little bit fast down here for me at the bottom. So what I'm used to calling this being a bullet or a rail, I don't think that's where he's trying to go with the ball. Or maybe that is where he's trying to go with the ball originally. But this guy comes off like he's almost blocking, like he's fake picking, and then he kind of settles up. So this is there, right here. Then on the backside, whatever this in is, or hook, or settle, it's also there. And again, we don't have to know the read to realize, it looks like he gets off of down here early. Okay, so that's a no. But then when he comes back to look up top, it looks like it times out, but he just doesn't throw it. Now, he eventually throws it, and it eventually hits the guy in the hands. But look to the bottom. He's off of this before 83 comes open right there. You can see he's already working to the left. So maybe he plays it a little fast. Up top, though, that's as open as you'll see in the league by the number 1. You got to throw that. He just turns it down for whatever reason. Let it rip. No. Again, creative, up in the pocket, just barely missing a big-time play. But I don't think it has to be this hard. I think he plays it too fast to the right, and then he needs to throw that ball to the left. And I would imagine that he would say the same thing. So close. Another miss here from 15. This time it's just a simple RPO. And they're going to run essentially like triple slant up top. Rock and roll the safety types there. And it's there. We just miss it. In fact, all 3 are open. He just puts it on the back hip. This is a throw you see Patrick Mahomes make as a handoff all the time. Again, just a little bit kind of wonky with what I think the normal kind of polished footwork is for him. But if we're going to read what I'm going to call the conflict defender right here. So we're going to read him. If he inserts into the run at all, we're going to have triple slant. So slant, and then usually like a 5-yard in with it. You can just read this thing inside out, throw it to whatever guy you want. They're all open. But this is one of those plays where, this was where I was like, man, he's kind of like off his game right here. Because everybody's open. The 1 and the 2 for sure are easy throws. Just behind him, not quite on the same page. That's one of those plays where you just kind of feel like, man, this is not going to be the Chiefs' night. Because I think he looks like he's like, I like how he plays it to the right, kind of in rhythm. He's lined up. He just gets a little wide. He makes throws like this all the time. But even this is a tick wide. behind him, rough. The next play here, 3rd and 2. This one to me is another example. I know it looks like a drop, but this to me is Patrick Mahomes playing this thing too fast. Like, this is a difficult catch for these guys when they're both passing each other at the same time. I also think that 17, the receiver on the right, doesn't do himself any favors here. So what is this play? I think this play is just flat with a mesh. So the idea being that we're trying, it looks like, to get the ball up top here. So this would be an opportunity for that kind of, it happens right now. Do we like the flat? Let it rip. If we don't like the flat for whatever reason, and if this guy for some reason has the capacity to play cloud from out there, good on him. Okay, so if we don't like it, okay, well then we're going to run mesh. So mesh to me here is from distance is kind of tough. So he's going to be over the top, and then 17 takes a weird angle where he kind of goes up the field too far and then kind of has to readjust. And Patrick Mahomes really kind of throws this thing while they're crossing each other. So the first thing I would say is this is probably not the path that we're looking for as far as getting upfield like this. And then quarterback-wise here, you got to let these guys pass each other. You can't, in my experience with this play, throw this where they're kind of crossing each other. You got to let them create some separation and get kind of to their landmarks before they settle up. So it's just kind of like everything feels rushed, feels off here the last couple plays. So do you like the flat up top? Probably not. The mesh, see how he throws it like at the same time? You know, if he just lets that thing develop, and I get it. It's easy for me with a clicker not in the pocket to say, hey, just sit there and chill. Especially when your left tackle's like getting blown back and trying to, leg whip people. Jesus. Just play that thing with a little bit more patience. And again, who's he even throwing it to? That's tough. Next one here, 2nd and 6. This is a really nice play from 83 here. If we're going to say he's not going to look like Kelsey, he does kind of look like Kelsey on this one where he's running what I'm used to calling like a juke. Come in here, set, keep it going. Patrick Mahomes looks like he plays this thing rail to juke. And then this is a great finish at the end as well. Show some explosiveness. I think the thing with 87 or Kelsey, his hips, his ability to get in and out of stuff smooth is just like probably no one who's ever played that position. So to see anything that kind of looks like that is a big time compliment. I would just say here for me, it works out great. I don't know what their reads are with what they're doing with this play, but having played this play many times in different systems, it looks like this is what I'm used to calling glance with a rail or bullet. Okay. And you don't have to necessarily, who knows if they're saying let this thing rip or not. But if you catch middle field closed, it's a pretty good opportunity to throw this glance. And the reason I would say it's a good opportunity is because everything kind of happens in your face over here. So if this is like an alert versus pitcher look, this might be the pitcher look. This could easily be 1. Also, you could play this 1, you could play this 2, and then you could play this jerk or juke 3. So see how it all kind of happens in sequence, 1, 2, 3. And if that's the case, for my money, that bang 8 or glance is probably there too. Now it works out, but it's worth for me. I always like kind of how's this play supposed to be played. You can see down here to the bottom. See that glance? Now, you don't see a lot of people rip glances anymore. Boom. No, nice job. If you don't like it for whatever reason, he does a really nice job putting it on him, getting through that read. If you can count to 3, you can play for me. And again, really nice job from 83. Watch him work that juke route this time. So a little yo-yo motion. You see them use Kelsey in this way a lot so he doesn't get jacked at the line of scrimmage. It's like slow walk motion. Doesn't matter if it's back and forth or not. He's going to come over the ball, set it, and then go. Whoop. And again, only Patrick Mahomes knows if he's turning that throw down to the rail right there or if he's just pumping to get that underneath coverage to go. So no. Again, doesn't have to get through the throw. Look at him kind of one leg that thing. Whoop. And the ball location right up on him, right on his grill. Outstanding. Break a tackle, accelerate. Let's go. Nice play. Next one here, 3rd and 3. Another example of probably missing Kelsey. This also a ridiculous play by Patrick Mahomes. Got to catch the ball, man. Can't have your quarterback getting grabbed at his ankles for well over a second or two and make that kind of throw and not catch the ball. Get the out of here, man. Catch the ball. And 83 is not 87. I think Kelce probably comes out of that thing, doesn't get grabbed. It could easily be a penalty as well. I get that. But that should and could probably be a first down on multiple levels. So first thing, again, we're going in motion. Okay, whatever this little motion is, I love what they do with Kelce where they allow him to do this and get off the line of scrimmage. This to me is he's running up and giving out to this corner. And this, Kelce does it as well as anybody. Right here, 83 gets grabbed. Okay, pair it with what I'm used to calling a little return or whip. So you're going to come in here and then sell this shallow and come out. So you get two good opportunities for a first down there. It's not there. Okay, Patrick Mahomes essentially has to play hero ball. Got someone at his foot, can't get him down MMA style, tries to roll over, is still able to keep his eyes down the field. Why someone is grabbing his legs for a while and make a throw right on the back's face, and he just can't catch it. I'm not sure he gets a first down with the catch, but man, again, love for that tight end to slip that and go run to space there. But right there, that is just special. Someone on your feet, on your ankles, not going down, fighting. It's inspiring, man, for his teammates. Not that he has to inspire his teammates, but this is a pretty special play. Everything except the catch. You got to catch it. 1, 2, 3. What are we doing? He's going for the full-on leg lock. Holy moly. And then right up on his grill, drop. Another tough drop here, this time to the number 1 at the bottom of the screen. We're going to boot away and just kind of hit that over. It's wide open. I don't think Patrick Mahomes puts it exactly where he wants, but I bet he wants 19 to throttle down and not run to get covered as well. So yes, the ball's a tick behind him, but it hits him in the hands. And, we've seen guys in Kansas City for a long time with maybe better body control, slow down, body that thing up, and go make that play and probably accelerate away from people as well. So just having the feel to throttle down. And again, I'm acknowledging the fact that the ball is not perfect. It's a tick behind him, but that is a drop. You cannot catch it for him playing quarterback. And so you got to be on the same page as far as where you are. And I think if anything here, 19 looks like he takes his eyes off of the quarterback right there. See him kind of peek to see where the corner is. He's nervous he's going to get hit, and then he just drops it. So it's, certainly unfortunate. Feel bad for a little bit. But see his vision right here when he's running that over 19. He's going to take his eyes off of the quarterback right there. Then he can never really find it again. He kind of drifts through the opening. And again, man, you got to catch that ball. Oh, my goodness. Last one here, 3rd and 20. No good options at 3rd and 20. I'm not sure about this route. Certainly not this decision. If I had to guess, I would say that Mahomes doesn't see 2 to the right, and he's just throwing this thing up on a weird double move. I'm not sure about a double move on 3rd and 20 either. But that really should be a turnover. And I know you're going to have to make a play here at 3rd and 20, even though you're going for it probably on 4th down. Although I did see a good argument of running out of bounds at the 9-yard line on 4th down. That would have been a good idea too. But this number 3, this kind of fake double move, that's not for me. It's 3rd and 20. So there's no real for my money, you're not faking anybody by coming up here, throttling, and then going. It's not there. If he had to do this again, I would bet that he throws this deep in right here, and we take our chances on 4th down. Again, easy to see with the clicker. I think more than anything, it's just one of those examples where, you got to have a better understanding of what's happening with the nub tight end. If he's not running a route, there's going to be a DB back there probably. And so you just can't throw this ball up like this. Again, kind of playing off his back foot, maybe played off his back foot a little bit more than you would love. And he gets away with it a lot. But that's really fortunate. And again, the reason that number 2 is there is because 83 is blocking. You can see the tight end on the right. He's chipping and getting out. That allows 2 to fall back into this thing. Fortunate that wasn't a pick. So that is a wrap. Patrick Mahomes obviously cannot catch it for them. My goodness, some rough drops. The pick 6 really had a massive impact on this game. There were a bunch of plays, and really I think when you pull back the all-22, you can see even more missed opportunities. That being said, that offense certainly doesn't feel the same. I don't think Patrick Mahomes plays necessarily the same without the comfort of Kelce and the creativity that he's able to create with space and just being able to trust that he will be there, because it felt like Patrick Mahomes forced more balls than you normally see him force. He still makes amazing plays, still's got unbelievable arm angles, touch, all those types of things, but they're felt more forced in certain opportunities than you normally see him play with when he's playing with 87. So let me know what you think. I appreciate you hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.